We'll do the fact check on that. I watched that.
I just did.
All right. Well, you're wrong.
Nope.
So.
On February 7th, he was acknowledging to Bob Woodward behind closed doors coronavirus was 5 times deadlier than the flu.
It's also more deadly than your strenuous flus. This is more deadly. This is 5 per. This is 5% versus 1% and less than 1%. So this is deadly stuff.
Less than 2 weeks later, he was saying the exact opposite in public to Sanjay Gupta.
I talked about the flu and in comparison to the coronavirus. Flu has a fatality ratio of about 0.1%.
Correct.
This has a fatality ratio somewhere between 2 and 3%.
Well,
Given that, and the fact
we don't know
based
exactly
on the
what it
numbers
is.
so far.
And the flu is higher than that. The flu is much higher than that.
He was misleading the American people. Why?
On January 31st, that was basically the starting gun to fight this virus that came in from the Chinese Communist Party. Let's not forget where this started. And that was a signal from this president that this is a serious, serious matter. He's taking down flights from China. He was called a xenophobe and a racist by Joe Biden.
No, he wasn't.
Later had to apologize.
No, he wasn't. And he didn't apologize.
Yeah, we'll do the fact check on that. I watched that.
I just did.
All right. Well, you're wrong.
Nope.
So January 31st pulls down the flight, saves probably hundreds of thousands of American lives. Now, what happened then, Jake? Here's what's important. This is breaking news for you. In that first week of February, leading up to February 7th, we here at the White House started a strategy. It's basically was hope for the best, prepare for the worst, stay calm, and begin to attack this virus from China on 4 different vectors. Hang on, let me have the mic here.
Well,
PPE,
I'm not
therapeutics,
giving you 10 minutes to do this.
Vaccines,
Okay.
and therapeutics. Okay, so what happened? So on February 7th,
I'm specifically talking about what President Trump was saying to the public.
Yes.
In February and March.
Jake, not fair here. Let me finish here.
You're not answering my question.
On February 7th, President Trump talks to Woodward. What happens on February 9th? This is the most important thing. A memo, I write a memo that goes out to the task force here that basically outlines President Trump's strategy for dealing with the virus. And in this memo, it brings to the effect that we need N95 masks, that we need to go after therapy. Hang on, let me finish
No,
this,
because
Jake.
you're not answering my question, Peter. On February 7th, he knew that it was in the air, that it was 5 times deadlier than the flu.
No,
5 times deadlier. That's on the tape.
He expressed that to Woodward, but at the same time,
2 weeks later, he's saying that the flu is deadlier than the coronavirus.
Jake,
Why wasn't he honest?
You just don't want to listen, Jake. You just
I
don't
want you to
wanna
answer the
listen.
question.
In February, nobody knew. No, nobody knew. Not the president, not
February
you,
7th.
not Nancy Pelosi, not Bill de Blasio.
He knew it was deadlier than the flu, and he was lying to the American people 2 weeks later.
This is more deadly. This is 5 per. This is 5% versus 1% and less than 1%.
He was not honest with the American people. You're not answering the question.
You're not honest with the American people. CNN is not honest with the American people. CNN. You want to go there? I mean,
I said you're not answering the question. Here's the thing. Thank you, Peter Navarro. We just played tape. You didn't answer the question.
No, you can't say that.
You didn't answer the question. No, you didn't.
Repeatedly, Jake. You just didn't like the
Peter
answer.
Navarro, thank you so much. I appreciate
answer.
your time today. Thank you so much. And I would just like to remind the American people watching that the United States has less than 5% of the world's population, and the United States has more than 20% of the world's coronavirus deaths. That is a fact. It does not matter how many times he insults CNN.